Greetings and welcome back to The Pride. My name is Muphasa El Matador. They call me the Curious Cat. My job is pretty simple. I help grow your conviction. Conviction to buy, conviction to sell, conviction to hold. And today we're looking at Tesla, TSLA. If you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button, because out here in The Pride, we only invest in trends that are going to last the next decade or more. And today's trend is sustainable energy. Tesla went from being a startup less than a decade ago to being the world's largest EV maker. And their goal is to transition the world into sustainable energy. With their foray into artificial intelligence and now robotics, Tesla is definitely going to be here for the long haul. Stick with me as we check this company out. When most people think about Tesla, they think about all those beautiful cars that we can't resist on the road. But this company is way bigger than that. The artificial intelligence has gotten them excited about the new project, and listening to the earnings call made me realize that the Tesla bot will one day be the flagship product of this particular company. You can see that they've designed this to be user-friendly, and with 5 miles per hour as top speed, we can easily run away from it. I'm super excited about the Cybertruck. I do have my reservations. However, Ford has the first mover advantage in this particular space with the F-150 Lightning. When you look about the global market share, you can see that Tesla is still the top dog, with the Model 3 being the number one EV in the entire world. China is a big market for electric vehicles, and Tesla does have its stance with their new production plant going live. There was a slowdown which will affect earnings next season, but we do see that Tesla has been on this exponential growth. They started off really slow, but now you can see that 1 million vehicles are being shipped out, and that is set to continue on an exponential trajectory. When you look at the quarter to quarter deliveries from Tesla, you can see that the deliveries in the first quarter of 2022 is more than 2015, 2016, 2017, the entire year. And so we are looking at big numbers going forward, with the Model 3 still being the favorite vehicle worldwide. The Model Y is a beauty, but the Model X, in my opinion, is one of the best luxury cars ever made. Hands down, the best car, performance-wise, luxury, Model S Plaid. It is 1.990 to 60. That is performance on a different scale. But it's not just a car company. When I first got addicted to Tesla in 2015, it was all about the acceleration of clean energy adoption. And now you could get the solar roof on your home with that seamless transition, or you could get the regular roofs. With all of that, the Powerwall is one of their biggest products, because when you produce energy, you do have to store it. All of this is part of the ecosystem that has built Tesla, and they are continuing to hint on going into the lithium production. We think they're probably going to do an acquisition, but lithium batteries for now are the way to go. With that said, let's look at the bullish case for Tesla. Through the combination of its industry-leading technology, unique supercharging network, we can see that Tesla is definitely in a position to continue to take advantage of the adoption of clean energy worldwide. Tesla's sales will be very, very, very advantageous once they do have battery technology in-house. That will definitely give them an upper hand. And the fair market value for this company right now is $750, regardless of everything that's going on with Twitter. The bears have a weak argument, but I love to hear them out. They believe that solar roofs and battery technology is highly subsidized, and at some point, Tesla will no longer be able to profit from this particular venture. They also believe that EV adoption is driven by high government subsidies. And so when these incentives go away, so will the margins for Tesla. And traditional automakers like everyone quite literally now have their own brands in the EV space, and this could cut into Tesla's margins. As you can see on your screen, we called out the great opportunity that showed up with the current sell-off, and we have in the Pride our own targets on how to play this. With that said, I'm going to be going through the financials and the technicals. Stick with me. All investments come with risk, no reward, and Tesla is no exception to that rule. But there are a lot of risks associated with this company, especially on paper. The first is mass market adoption. We have a cyclical business that is automotives, and we're looking at high-end cars when it comes to EVs. So you can see the developing world struggle to adopt these particular cars. And if we have bad economic times like we do today, demand for EVs could slow down. That will hurt the bottom line of Tesla. Second is there is growing competition in this particular space, with traditional automakers all lining up to have their EVs put out. Different brands, different styles, different loyalties. That could also hurt the numbers that Tesla are going to be putting out. They are investing heavily in the expansion, and this could carry risk with delays, supply chain issues. They are also investing a lot into R&D. Tesla doesn't do any advertising, so their big kicker is that they will be able to produce new tech that will revolutionize and push them forward. If these bets fall flat, bad for business. Tesla CEO owns over 21% of the company's stock, and he has used this as collateral to collect personal loans, especially with the Twitter deal. That's why we had the sell-off that led to me making this video today. There is the risk of default on those payments, and people sell off for that particular reason. Another thing is there are recalls associated with every automaker. It's not a big risk, but it's something to look at. And finally, if they cannot maintain the human capital, people like Elon Musk leaving the company, it would definitely affect Tesla. These are things to consider when investing in this company. With that said, let's look at the financials and the technicals. Always when I look at these, I like to look at the year range. You're looking at $546 to $1,243. My cost per share personally is around 500 and some change. You're looking at 797 billion in market cap. This is a monster of a company. Definitely worth trillions of dollars in market cap in the foreseeable future. And we can see the P ratio is pretty high, 104, but believe it or not, this was way higher. So 104 actually does look good. No dividend, which I don't like. One of the only reasons that I don't like this company, but if you believe in the future of Tesla, then is worth taking a look at. So let's look at the financials. I'm going to do annual first, right? So you can see that this has been a beast of a company from 2017 all the way to 2021 with the pandemic in between. You can see constant growth. It doesn't pay to bet against Tesla. When you look at margins, we in the Pride love 20% profit margin. So looking at this is not really exciting. But there's a lot about this company that is exciting. When you go quarterly, you can see that they still continue exponential growth quarter over quarter. But in all honesty, I do believe with the slowdowns in the China factory, we could see the numbers come out next quarter not as great as we're used to seeing. Tesla always beat, but this almost at 20% profit margin is definitely something to be very, very excited about. Again, Tesla is looking at the cost of lithium and bringing that in-house. That would definitely help with their margins going forward. Elon Musk has been really busy. As a CEO, he is definitely a showstopper, a market maker. Like, there's a lot about that guy that I like. You can't separate him from the company, and we keep looking out to see what he does. I personally think he's just brilliant, and the Twitter thing is a distraction. It doesn't take anything away from the work that is happening in Tesla. With that said, I have my comparison all laid out. Tesla, Ford, NIO, Lucid. Ford is a traditional company who is now into EVs with the Ford Lightning. NIO is the giant out of China, and Lucid is a luxury competitor that is just coming out. So first thing, we look at price targets, right? You can see Lucid has a high price target of $57. It's traded as high as 60 and some change, low of $38. Pretty cheap right now, sitting at $18. NIO has a high price target of 69, low of 25. NIO is considered on sale. It is out of China, so that is something to look at. Ford is a mixed bag, right? So current price is $13.50, low price targets of 13. We do have a high of 32. Ford hit $20 for the first time in decades recently. We're expecting to see it go back to 20 something dollars when the market is more bullish than it is today. Tesla does carry a lot of risk. No risk, no reward. When you see the low price targets of 250, I've looked at multiple analysts and their estimates. Nobody is actually looking at the 250 Tesla price target. You're seeing 750 as fair market value, 954 average price targets, and a whopping 1500. So you could do 100% on every single EV play if you were to get in today. Pick a favorite. If you believe in EVs, any of these companies is going to be a banger for you. But as always, I like to look at the PEG ratio first. With NIO, it's hard to tell. They do have a lot of deliveries, no PEG ratio on notes. Lucid, less deliveries, no PEG ratio as well. But you can see 2.18 and 2.35 for Tesla and Ford. I like 1, and we don't have that, so we'll just take what we got. EPS of 7.38 is the highest you're going to see among any of the EV pairs. Tesla is definitely a beast of a company. PE is really high at 104. Shucks, there is a lot of growth anticipated for this company. PE ratio of 104 keeps Tesla at overvalued range. I own Tesla at 500 and some change. Buying it anywhere above 750 is definitely not for me, but that's me. Ford is the only player that has dividends, so I do, like Ford for that particular reason. But I am biased towards Tesla, if you couldn't tell already. With that said, I would like to jump into the technicals. I like to keep this short and sweet, right? We have a big channel right here that is diverging, so there's a lot to work with. This is a daily chart for Tesla, but I do want to point out my levels, right? We have strong support at the $500 level. It continues to bounce whenever it hits this mark. We can see it pick up from 700 in more recent times. Every time it fell to the $700 mark, bounce back to resistance at 900. It fell down to our buy up to price, which is 750, and traded all the way back up to the thousands. Fell again, 700, and this happened on Thursday, I believe, and I told everyone in the team when it jumped under 700, definitely a good time to nibble. And you can see that the buying pressure came in. It finished above the ice line, which is super bullish. We would like to see a continuation of that trend to hit resistance, break above resistance, rest on resistance, and then take off to the $1,500 level. These are definitely the levels to look at. Again, this is a daily chart. Bear in mind that there is a vote coming up in June, I believe, June, July, for a stock split. When that happens, we would see a lot of momentum coming in, because right now the options are not as exciting as they would be if you had a stock split. The last time Tesla did a stock split, the stock price went from $500, $600 to $1,200, which is doubling your money easily. Trend is your friend until it bends, and 500 has served as strong support. Every time we got here, you can see boom, boom, boom. Don't expect to see those prices again. Fair market value 750, Strong support at 700, but these current market conditions are crazy. So we'd like to see what plays out. Resistance levels as high as 1200, and the resistance line over here is the trend that I'm looking at to see what we are going to be working with, how we're going to play it. If you would like to see what we do in the Pride, hit the subscribe button to see more videos like this. Hit the Patreon link to come join us. We're an amazing family. We do the simple things consistently. Don't forget to like if you enjoy content like this. My name is Muphasa El Matador. Until next time, peace.